So today NIO stock was down 6% pre-market, and then that quickly rallied to where it's now up nearly 2%. This video we're going to be going over some new news about NIO with their earnings report tomorrow, as well as my stock predictions and what other analysts are saying. Of course, we're going to talk about Citron and everything that they have been doing and saying about NIO. So yeah, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of stock market related videos that I think will be very useful to pretty much anybody who needs to learn about a specific stock, whether to buy in it and what people are saying and all that. The whole goal is kind of to be the one-stop shop. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into this video. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, NIO was down 6.5% in pre-market trading as of this Monday, November, 16th, 2020. Here, according to this article on MarketWatch, NIO dropped 6.5% in pre-market trading to extend the pullback a day before the China-based electric car maker reports third quarter results. The stock had dropped 7.7% on Tuesday after soaring 12.1% on Thursday to close at a record 48.30. Basically, the reason for all this is because there have been some other electronic car makers in China that missed earnings. I think we're actually going to look at one of them right now. Yeah, so the one in specific I want to go over is Li Auto, and they just posted earnings with a loss of, with a loss of 8 cents per share when they were expected to only lose 4 cents per share, which sent the stock tumbling. And this is pretty much what is going on with NIO, since these other emerging market car manufacturers in China are reporting less than bullish news. It's causing NIO and other electronic car stocks that are in that same market to fall, because I mean it kind of makes sense when you think about it. They're all in a very similar market, although I am a little bit more bullish on NIO just because they are much more well known. They have arguably a better product than a lot of these other companies. I think there's just a lot of interest. It's kind of like how everyone was very bearish on Tesla. I mean, only in like 2019 people were very bearish on Tesla, and you've seen what's happened since then. So I'm a little bit more confident in NIO's ability to maybe beat earnings. Obviously they're not going to be profitable, but if we go back to this article right here, we see here that Wall Street expects the electronic SUV maker to lose 15 cents a share versus a net loss of 33 cents a share a year ago. So they are kind of tightening that gap, closing that gap a little bit, but this is expected with a large corporation that is just starting off. You expect to lose money at the start because you're investing so much and you're just burning through cash trying to get the company going. So another really important thing to point out here is that NIO has already disclosed that Q3 deliveries surged 154% to 12,206 vehicles, surpassing the high end of its own guidance. This is really huge news, and this could be a great indicator of what the earnings report might look like. I'm not sure if I would be buying shares or calls or puts at this very moment in time. I might take a look later on in the day, and I'll keep you guys updated if I do. So as we all know, Citron, which was originally bullish on NIO, has since reversed course and is now bearish. One of the more famous quotes that just came out recently is, "It is time for investors to rotate out of NIO, enjoy your profits, and look for the next disruptive technology." And I just kind of want to know what you guys think about this. Obviously, this is a much larger corporation. It's an interesting statement from someone who was at one point bullish on NIO, while other predictions can be rather high. And I mean, honestly, the predictions for NIO are there's a very large range. We'll say that, and we'll look into that in just 1 second. But what do you guys think about this report from Citron? To me, it's tough to say, because the same thing with Tesla a year ago or 2 years ago. All the big companies were very bearish on it, and it just didn't really make sense compared to other things, like how they just beat their Q3 delivery estimates. I think that I wouldn't put too much trust in this here statement, but that is just me. Once again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Now, let's look at some of the NIO price forecast, because that's what really interests me and honestly kind of surprised me when I just pulled this up a few minutes ago. So let's hop over to that right now. So this is on CNN Business, but if we look at this here stock price forecast, you see that the estimates are really all over the place. This is based on 17 analysts offering 12-month price forecast for NIO, which have a median price target of $155 per share, which would be, what is that, almost 300%? Okay, I'm sorry, that's more like 200% from where it is at right now, which is that's a big jump compared to Citron, who's extremely bearish on the stock. So this is definitely something that is very interesting to look at and something to keep in mind. If we look here at the high, it is $3.10 a share, which would be absolutely massive, and a low of $44.12 a share. Of course, these are just price forecasts, but I mean, if the low is $44.12 a share, that's barely lower than where we are right now, and there seems to be a ton of potential upside. But once again, the analysts really, I mean, they might take more educated guesses than you or I, and perhaps they are right sometimes or most of the time even, but it's still, at the end of the day, just a guess. I wouldn't go all in on NIO, but it's definitely something to watch and something that has a lot of potential upside, just as much as it has potential downside. It could be, I mean, let's see how this earning report plays out. It could make the stock tank, which would be a great buy opportunity. I wouldn't necessarily be buying the share right now before earnings unless you are much more confident than I am and know a lot more than I do about this stock. But it is one that I'm definitely watching. I'm definitely very interested in, and I am somewhat bullish on. We have to learn more about their technology, see the demand. I mean, there's a whole bunch of factors, but it is definitely a market that is going to continue to grow, especially in China, before it comes to the United States, which I think it eventually will. We could be in the very early stages of this industry, and we're gonna have to just wait and see what happens. I'm looking forward to seeing this NIO earnings report tomorrow. So one more thing I want to look at here before the video ends is basically the NIO chart, because the company hasn't been around for that long, really only I think about 2 years, and I remember when they IPO'd, and there was even a lot of hype back then, but no one really expected what was to come. So if we look here at the 1 year chart, that about a year ago today, this is on November 19th, 2019, NIO was $1.83 a share. I believe it actually IPO'd around $5 a share, which I might be able to check if I go here to 2 year. Let's go to max actually. Okay, this is $9.90. I mean, it's tough to see exactly where the on this chart to see what the IPO price was. But let's go back to the 1 year chart here, and we'll see that a year ago it was under $2 a share. It did spike up to about $5 a share in the early parts of this year, and then when COVID hit, it didn't. I mean, it went down for sure. It lost half of its value. It's just hard to compare it to where it is at right now. Let's look here, from April of this year, which is where its new low was, maybe even March. So yeah, around the same time as the rest of the market, it is up. I mean, from that less than $2 a share, we're up 2,384%, which explains the hype, and it also explains why so many people are bearish on it, because these kinds of things just really are not sustainable. Tesla is actually a terrible example, because they have also had a tremendous rally and they have maintained it. I actually have some shares of Tesla that I got over a year ago when Tesla was less than 200 a share pre-split. So it's really tough to guess the future of this stock. You have to be very confident, know everything, and don't go all in on it. Let's see what the earnings report does tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing that, and then we'll go from there. I'll be sure to make some more update videos as long as the stock stays hot, and much more stock videos to come. So yeah, also leave some future stock and even other video suggestions in the comments down below. I'm going to be looking at all the comments and responding to all of them. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more, and click the link on screen now to check out another one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.